couple of years ago, over here in the United Kingdom, this particular TV channel was looking to be sold off by the government. Many people now wish that had taken place. As ever, what are we talking about? Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of London. As ever, nice to see you today. I hope you're well. This story rather serious, in fact, because once again, the people at Channel 4 always ready to knock the British monarchy. Anything British, they're there to knock it. I mean, it's interesting to note, Channel 4 decided to put out a celebration of Eid and Ramadan on their screens. Not a single item about Easter. Nothing. I mean, this is why the government wanted to sell it off. Ridiculously now, that seems to be put on the back burner. But over here, they love, of course, at Channel 4 to keep bashing the British monarchy. And once again, they've got another documentary based on that infamous Newsnight interview with Emily Maitlis and now the budding rising star herself, producer Sam McAllister. Now, what the big reveal is apparently is that Her Majesty the Queen stepped forward and realised just how difficult this interview could be for the then Duke of York. This is prior, of course, to Her Majesty the Queen stripping her son of all of his titles. Frightening when you think about it. But the bottom line is, I'm not really believing that. And this is because a very good source who also worked on that particular production tells me that they're now simply stretching the truth. As ever, we have to say allegedly. You see, the idea is that Her Majesty the Queen basically then, as I say, saw the transcript and realised that Prince Andrew was in trouble. You wouldn't need to see the transcript to see exactly what problematic things he'd said. I believe that he went into it with his eyes wide open, believing that by being, transparent and honest, and that's his version, then, of course, he thought he was doing the right thing. But now, apparently, according to this documentary, he had to go and check it with his mother. And more importantly, they were shocked to find that he brought his daughter, Princess Beatrice, along, rather than a lawyer. I mean, this is brilliant stuff, isn't it? Now, the bottom line really with all of this sort of thing is this. They need to get ratings, and they believe at Channel 4 that Prince Andrew, for some inexplicable reason, is a ratings winner. Prince Andrew the musical bombed, so much so they're repeating it again on Coronation Day. They've also got a spoof programme about the Windsors, mocking the monarchy once again. Not in a clever, fun way like Spitting Image, just cruel. It's just simply cruel. Of course, the head of Channel 4, the multi-millionaire-esque lady who likes to wear designer shoes, thinks this is perfectly acceptable as it's an alternative, seemingly meaning an alternative to real entertainment. Hence the reason Channel 4 are hemorrhaging viewers and even marketeers are now steering clear, simply because their programmes are not watchable. But back to Prince Andrew. What can you learn from this documentary? Well, nothing. And it's very interesting, isn't it now, that the two main players in this documentary have decided that suddenly they've remembered this particular aspect about Prince Andrew and our late and wonderful monarch, Queen Elizabeth II. Of course, some might say they waited until the passing of time for them to remember this pivotal part of their story, keeping it alive, making sure they get paid, and once again getting a few crumbs of attention, which is what it was all about all along. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.